Good evening and welcome to tonight's Senior Athletic Banquet. I'd like to thank everyone for attending. After last senior banquet, I really didn't expect to be back here doing this virtually again. We videotaped it, put it together, and then this year, we were really hoping that we would be able to have something in person. I think that we were lucky on the aspect of getting to have seasons this year, but unfortunately, the way the seasons played out, banquet itself tonight is after graduation, so there's a little anticlimactic there, but we are going to go through this and honor our athletes, thank them for everything that they've done. I'd like to start off with kind of the philosophy of banquet. This is a banquet just to recognize every athlete this senior year and what they've done, what they've accomplished, and just give recognition to them. And obviously when we are here in person, we always like to thank the parents. So at home tonight when you're watching this, please thank your parents for all the time and energy that they have put in to your athletic career, both here at the high school and before that. And some of you that will be going on after high school and doing athletics, your parents will certainly be by your side watching those. I'd like to start off before we hit with Mr. Andrew Killinger with the national anthem, some thank yous. This year has been obviously a very challenging year, and we might address a little bit of that later, but some of the big thanks go out to obviously starting at the top with our school board and district office personnel with their help making this year possible. Right? The high school administration, we were the ones that really had to take over the role of supervising a majority, if not all, of the contests this year, just because of the way things worked out. We did have game workers, which we were able to bring in to specific events because of their expertise on the clocks and the scoring, and if it weren't for them, that wouldn't have been possible, but that's a big thank you out to them as well. Right. Our booster club, even though we weren't able to do some of the traditional activities, they were still with us. They were behind the scenes. They met during the school year. They wanted to be a part of the school. They wanted to help the kids out. They sponsor a couple of our awards tonight, and they are actively meeting and participating to get things engaged for next year. So again, the Stanwood Athletic 4A Booster Club is a very big part. Athletics, academics, arts, and the athletic activities, there we go. Sorry about that, Mrs. Coombs. Right. Also, I'd like to thank our coaches for this year. There was a lot of unknown going into the seasons, and they heard from me. I don't know how many times they answer, I don't know, when they ask all the questions. They worked from the end of last year, honestly, through the summer, through the fall, trying to find out when we would be able to bring kids back, right? When we're going to be able to participating and trying to get us to the point of being able to in early or late January, we got the permission to start in-person trainings with kids, and that eventually led into the actual season starting in January the 22nd. They were a little bit modified on 6 weeks with no postseason, but we were able to play. We were able to get the kids out, and eventually we were even able to bring fans back into the stands. So a huge thank you goes out to the coaches and all the time and energy that they put in to help your kids get through this year and have a season to enjoy. TCSN, the broadcast, Perry Williams, Bob Crawford, they did an outstanding job at helping coming to at least three events probably per week for each of the seasons. They were broadcasting events and athletic events that they hadn't done before. They brought in people that knew wrestling and to announce wrestling. They were able to do the basketballs. They were able to do the football, volleyball, the baseball fast pitch. They put in an exceedingly amount of time to make sure that we reached all the people that were not able to come to the events, especially early on in the fall when spectators weren't allowed. Evan Caldwell, again, down at the Stanwood, getting notoriety to the kids, coming to the events, taking the pictures, writing the articles, and we truly appreciate the small town paper that kind of brings out and pays attention to our kids in every aspect, but tonight we'd really like to thank him for everything he did for athletics. And my biggest thank you, I'll mention it a little bit later on, also goes to Cheryl Work, our athletic secretary. She's done a tremendous job for us. This is going to be her last year up here at the high school, and we're going to miss her greatly. And I'll thank her a little bit later on in the ceremony here. To start things off tonight, though, we would like to bring in our recent graduate, Mr. Andrew Killinger, to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Andrew. That was really, really spectacular. I say this every year, but it's amazing the other talents that these kids have that come through here. We're acknowledging athletic achievements tonight, but obviously Andrew's got another talent that he has been able to put on display many times. And he was very excited. He is the first singer without a mask on at Stanwood High School. He's a solo singer, so he didn't have to have 9-foot separation and his mask. So thanks, Andrew. So normally this would be the time that we say, hey, go get your dinner. We're going to enjoy a little bit of company and talk for a few minutes, and then we'll come back. So you got to run and get whatever you're going to snack on, because we're going to jump right into the awards ceremonies tonight. Right? As I stated earlier, this purpose, the philosophy of the banquet, is to recognize every kid and just pay tribute to them one last time. Right, before they graduate, but this year it's going to be afterwards. So I'd like to start off with a slideshow, and the kids turned in information to Cheryl, and she's put the slideshow together. So kind of sit back for the next, I think, around 13, 14 minutes and enjoy. Thanks. Thank you, Cheryl. That was very nice. So next we are going to move on to the award ceremony part of tonight. I'd like to start off with the United States Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award. Sergeant Muir was not able to be here with us tonight, so I'll be presenting for him. The Marine Corps takes pride in recognizing outstanding performances in academics, athletics, and music. All three fields exemplify the qualities that are inherent in the Marine Corps: smart, tough, and elite. The Distinguished Athlete Award is based on being a varsity team member, obviously a senior, a leader among his or her peers, an outstanding young citizen. It's also based on character of the individual. So tonight's male recipient of the Distinguished Marine Award is Caden Kerrigan. The female recipient of the award is Shay Martin. Next, we're going to go into the Cliff Gillies Award. Okay? Presenting this, we'll start with Coach Sean Cunningham for the male recipient.
Good evening. The Cliff Gillies Award recognizes student athletes for their exceptional academic achievement, participation in the school and community, sportsmanship, and citizenship. The male recipient this year for the Cliff Gillies Award is Cody Vale. As his tennis coach over the last 4 years, I've witnessed a remarkable degree of sportsmanship exhibited within our program, and more importantly, to our opposition. Those who know Cody would quickly identify his gregarious nature. He endeavors to make each experience memorable with all people he crosses. His personality is infectious, and more importantly, he's enthusiastic. Subsequently, he's able to make just about any environment productive and positive. Watching him grow as a top singles player in our program, I quickly realized his commitment to both self and team improvement. Cody's leadership really began to emerge his sophomore year when he gained the respect and regard from upperclassmen, both from the performance on his court as he quickly started to pass players, but more importantly in how he carried himself. This culminated in a senior season where he was a team captain and an all-West Coast selection. Cody is selfless in his pursuits, which ultimately has been a key factor in the success he has achieved to this point. A valedictorian, Cody clearly reflects commitment to hard work and expectation. I know that he will continually strive for this as he heads to the University of Washington in the fall, pursuing a degree in education and math. I know that he will, but of all the qualities that mark this award, honestly, I believe Cody represents citizenship and participation the best. A lifelong community member, steeped in family, Cody recognizes the value and legacy of Stanwood and Camino. His desire to serve our school is best epitomized by his selection as ASB president at the end of last year. It is what Cody did with this title, though, that stands out to me. His desire to, given this disruptive nature of our school setting over the past 15 months, it would have been very easy for anyone and for him to put in minimal effort at this role. The exact opposite occurred. I firmly believe that Cody was an essential voice for the student body and, more importantly, the community at a time when there was so much doubt and uncertainty. Cody approached his position as if we were 1,000 strong in our school 5 days a week in this high school. He became the consummate representative of optimism and hope. And for that, his value is immeasurable, not just to our school, not to our program, but I think as a whole to the community. The balance of these qualities make Cody Vale a very fitting and ideal recipient for the 2021 Cliff Gillies Award. I personally want to congratulate Cody for a great 4 years, for a bright future ahead, and for representing Stanwood so well. Congratulations, Cody. Up next to represent and to present the Cliff Gillies Female Award winner, Coach Megan Amundson.
Like Mr. Cunningham said, this award is designated based on the criteria of academic potential, sportsmanship, citizenship, and overall participation. With that said, I am both proud and thrilled to talk about our 2021 Cliff Gillies Award recipient. This exceptional young woman is a true example of a student athlete. She has taken honors, CP, and AP courses during her freshman and sophomore year. She has done running start her juniors and senior year. She's an active member of National Honor Society, works as an office assistant, a volunteer at the food bank, the Special Olympics, CASA, and elementary school events, all on top of just graduating with a 3.7 GPA. On the volleyball court, the recipient of this award has been a role model in our program since the day she walked in as a freshman. She strives every day not only to make herself a better volleyball player and person, but to make those around her better as well. She plays with a love for the game and received our Coach's Award this year. She is someone we can always count on. When the team needs a leader, whenever I'm looking for a volunteer, or if someone just needs a friend to listen, she is always the first to step up. I have seen her grow up before my own eyes and know that her heart is pure. Her amazing family is a strong contributor to that, and I cannot thank all of them enough for everything they have done for me and Stanwood Volleyball. She is an exceptional young woman who will go on to St. Martin's University and beyond and continue to be a fantastic representation of our volleyball program, Stanwood High School, and our entire Stanwood community. This year's Female Cliff Gillies Award winner, Jamie Sabo.
Thank you, Coach Amundson, Coach Cunningham. The next awards are called our Red and White Awards. These are letter awards. We started this award, I believe, just about 15 years ago when we initially started the Banquet. We wanted to recognize those athletes for their commitment to the sport over the years and the ability to letter. Lettering in a four-year high school is not easy. Right? It's not easy to letter in a lot of these programs. Fourth year senior there. To accumulate these number of letters is quite an honor. So I'd like letter award winners. These are the athletes that have earned 6 to 8 varsity letters. With 6 letters, Jake Cleary. With 6 letters, David Griffin. With 6 letters, Francis Zoloth. With 7 varsity letters, Caden Kerrigan. With 7 letters, Aiden Carter. With 7 letters, Will Ingram. With 7 letters, Catherine Coster. With 7 letters, Chase Larkin. With 7 letters, Lily Monty. With 7 letters, Shaylee Polnasic. With 7 letters, Darren Smith. And with 8 varsity letters, Alina Wiggin. The next is the red varsity letter winner. These are athletes who were able to letter between 9 and 12 times in their 4-year career. With 9 varsity letters, Shay Martin. With 10 varsity letters, Madeline Larson. And with 10 varsity letters, Isaac Ortega. I'd like to congratulate all those athletes for the accomplishment. Job well done. The next award is called our Academic Award. This goes to the athletes that have reached a 3.7 or higher cumulative GPA over the course of their career here at Stanwood High School. Okay. Jamie Sabo, 2. Point. Lauren Anderson, 3.711. Lucy Lawrence, 3.716. Kevin Rautenberg, 3.72. Edmund Ororo, 3.73. Josh Norman, 3.732. Anne Veazey, 3.4. Sophia Ulula, 3.758. I was told that Mr. Restrepo is the only one that could pronounce that last name, so if I mispronounced it, Sophia, I apologize. Clayton Peterson, 3.773. Trevor Lee, 3.789. Josiah Cantrell, 3.9. Soriano, 3.91. Daniel Thompson, 3.838. Ainsley Lalone, 3.857. And Shaylee Polnasic, 3.857. Ty Griffin, 3.869. Alina Wiggin, 3.876. Jack Lowers, 3.893. Jake Cleary, 3.91. Whoops. Shay Martin, 0.914. 9.3. Darren Smith, 3.944. Connor Schlepp, 3.93. Francis Zoloth, 3.99. Lee Cunningham, 4 points. Jonah Grierson, 4 points. Catherine Coster, 4 points. Lily Monty, 4 points. Coach Dale, 4 points. And Avery Zill, 4 points. Congratulations to those academic athletes. Next we call is our multi-sport award. These are the athletes that turned out for 3 sports their senior year. Okay. This is not an easy feat. It takes a lot of dedication, takes a lot of time. And this year it took a lot of work seasons. 2 of our seniors this year that received the sport award. Madeline Larson participated in girls soccer, girls basketball, and fast pitch. Shay Martin participated in cross country, girls basketball, and fast pitch. Congratulations, ladies. The next awards for the evening are our Booster Club Awards, our Athlete and Scholar Athlete of the Year. Okay? These are awards that are voted upon by the coaches. Okay? And they are presented by the coaches just as the Cliff Gillies Award was. We're going to start off with the athlete of the year, the boy athlete of the year, and that's going to be presented by Coach Ray Mather.
Thank you, Mr. Wolfong. It's always a great honor to be able to give out any kind of award on this night, but having the opportunity to do it to the top athlete on the male side is always a great honor. The three nominations this year were Jake Clary he was a football player and a basketball player here at Stanwood High School. Court Roberson, who played an outstanding basketball career, and Isaac Ortega, who played football, he wrestled, and he was a track athlete. And this year's recipient and winner is Isaac Ortega. As I go on and talk about Isaac and the things he did at Stanwood High School, you hear a bunch of common themes, and I won't say all of them right off the get-go, but he brought a lot to this high school community, to his teammates in all the sports that he played in. Not only did he have a lot of success, but there's some other qualities that he had that are going to be irreplaceable, and that is his leadership skills and the things he did for his teammates selflessly in and out of all the sports that he was a part of. I asked his other coaches that had seasons with him, Coach Kaiser and Coach Sneva, Coach Kaiser in football and Coach Sneva in track, and these are things that they wrote down and wanted me to say on behalf of Isaac. Coach Kaiser in football said, it was a pleasure to have him be a part of the football program. Their relationship started when he made the varsity team as a sophomore, as a wide receiver and a defensive back. He said Isaac was very dependable and trustworthy. He'd arrive early for all the out-of-season practices as well as in-season. He participated fully in all the training that was going on during the school year and outside of it. And sometimes even when, unfortunately, with some of the situations when you have community members coaching with you, that they have their job opportunities, they can't make it to the practice. Isaac took it upon himself to be able to run the drills and so on, just to make sure everything was going to run smooth. He said Isaac is very goal-oriented. For example, he wanted to excel in football. Excuse me. He put forth extra effort in training that was not required, even on the weekends. Finally, he wanted me to say that he was an outstanding leader for the football team. Isaac always had thoughtful remarks and comments towards his teammates and for the people that were coaching him. He distinguished himself with his showing of hard work and all the courage he set forth for himself day in, day out. He said he'd be greatly missed in the football program. Coach Sneva from the track, excuse me, said he was a huge part of their sprint group, and he was a leader on the 4x100 relay team, which he was all Wesco for. Everybody wants to be the anchor. He said that runs across the tape line at the end and sees a person get first, but not really anybody wants to be the starter coming out of the blocks where they're seen and then forgotten real quick in the next three handoffs. But Isaac chose and said that he would love to be that guy who was relay better. Said again, everybody liked his leadership and that he was very respected by his teammates. I myself got to see the little guy grow up from youth wrestling through the middle school and end up in the high school. And he has one other quality that will be said by a lot of people here, but he's a prankster, and I always like this opportunity when I get him up here one last time to, say the things and put him on the spot a little bit, because he's a really humble person, and he never likes to have the light shine right on him. He likes behind the closed doors, but he's doing as far as behind the scenes, and doesn't really want the attention, but he's always doing the right things. For me, when he was in the wrestling program, he was a 4-year letter winner. He was the captain of our team for 2 years. Very, very well respected by teammates. He'd be willing to give up one partner to be able to help out somebody else that was new in the room and know how to adjust accordingly. It's a great leader by doing and showing, and not just verbalizing and saying they want something, but acting it out. He was a 3-time state placer for us. He got third one year, fourth one year, and third another year. His overall record was 125 and 19, which is outstanding, especially when you're doing all those other sports. It's tough to, keep your body in one piece. A really good job at that. Some other things that I think was one of the better things I ever got from Russell was he's the most inspirational. And usually that came from he was the guy to go to when his teammates needed someone. And Isaac always had the right words to say, the things that they needed to hear to make things go the way, help that kid out or help things go for our matches. He doesn't really want the clapping so much for himself as far as when there's a win, but when he's got a teammate that's struggling or someone's trying to get the pin on a mat, he's the first one by the sideline, cheering him on to make sure that the kid can have as much success as he can. Really selfless. Asked him what he's going to do. He's going on to Minot State in North Dakota, and he'll be wrestling for them in the university. He's going to study business management, and through our school, through our halls, through our wrestling program, and all the other sports. He'll be greatly missed, but look forward to following him and whatever it is his future endeavors. So congratulations to all the nominees, but also congratulations, Isaac, for leaving your mark on Stanwood High School. Appreciate all the things you've done. Our next speaker will be Rita on behalf of the Female Athlete of the Year.
It's my honor tonight to present the Female Athlete of the Year to not just one, but two incredible young women. Your Athletes of the Year for the class of 2021 are teammates Anna Veazey and Alina Wigand. I wish you were both here with me tonight to stand up here together one last time to accept this. I'm going to talk about Anna first and then Alina. Anna, it would be easy to stand up here and talk about all the things that you didn't get to do your senior year of swimming and the opportunities you and your peers didn't get to experience. But tonight isn't about what you didn't do, it's about what you did do, and that was leave a lasting legacy for our swim program. I remember freshman year Anna, who was all smiles and excited to be swimming and setting records with her friends. Although neither of us was smiling when she decided to shave her legs for homecoming and had to wear tights for the last 4 weeks of that swim season. It's a story that's going to live on, and we all laugh about it now. After freshman year, Anna knew that she would need to dedicate herself to swimming year-round to achieve what she wanted to for our team and for her own goals. Anna swam in the mornings. She swam after high school practices. She swam through a pandemic and never lost sight of the goals she wanted to achieve. One major goal that Anna worked hard to accomplish her junior and senior year was to break the 2016 record of a those 7 100s. I think about all the obstacles she overcame. Zero competition, not a single meet team, no district, no have your, but it's not for lack of courage, determination, and hard work. There will be many more 7-1. Lots of times that you don't hit the goal you set and worked hard for. But it's what you do after not getting that record or goal that matters the most. It's those moments, not your name on a board, that define who you are and what you are made of. I've never been more of a not record-breaking swim than that 100 fly. Anna leaves our program as a 3-time most inspirational swimmer. She holds 9 of 10 top 10 all-time fastest times in individual events. Her name is school records, and her best swimming is come. I can't what you do and the records you do or don't set at Arizona Christian University with Coach Brad. Congratulations, Anna. Your co-athlete of the year for females is Alina Wigand. Alina, you are co-athlete of the year because of programs. Accomplishments. You graduated with honors last with a events and gutted through some painful stroke. You are a part of the school record in the 400 free relay and went to state all 3 years. Your last 2 years in swimming did not end the way you had hoped, but I will never forget your last districts and how you came through for our team. You battled back spasms and leg cramps and still swam best times for the team and yourself. You earned points for our team every single time you dived in the pool, and you contributed to every meet we won. In wrestling, you have been captain for the last 2 years. You were a 2-year state competitor, and you were all area your freshman and senior year. This season alone, you went 11 for 1, and your only loss was to a last year state finalist. Your accomplishments on the mat would be enough on their own to make you stand out for this award, but it's what you have done to help build your team that makes you an obvious winner. You worked tirelessly to stay in touch with wrestlers out of the season, which is why the girls' wrestling program grew in numbers during COVID instead of declining like a lot of other teams. You have led in all aspects of the girls' wrestling team: fundraising, out-of-season conditioning, out-of-season sports camps and training, and out-of-season team building. Coach Freeman says you are one of the best captains he's had at Stanwood, and your positivity and leadership will be sorely missed. Alina, Coach Freeman and I could not be more proud to present this award to you tonight, and I know that you will probably be more excited about sharing this with your friend than winning it for yourself, which just goes to show exactly who you are and what you stand for. Congratulations, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish at Eastern Oregon University. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Peterson and Coach Mather. The next award is another Booster Club award. This is our Scholar Athlete of the Year award. And presenting first, the female award will be Coach Cunningham.
All right, first, I'm going to say that's a tough act to follow, Coach Peterson. I think we're going to ask you to write all our speeches. The Senior Scholar Athlete recognizes obviously not only excellence as an athlete, but exceptional effort and achievement in the classroom as well. Obviously, the balance of maintaining the two is not easily accomplished. And as you saw earlier tonight, the amount of literal scholar athletes we have in our school is remarkable, unlike anything I've seen before. But tonight, it's my honor to recognize one special athlete, and I would like to recognize Avery Zill among the many qualified candidates for the Female Stanwood Scholar Athlete of the Year. I've had a unique opportunity to get to know Avery from the first time she stepped on a court to her finishing strong in this highly unusual senior year. Avery's been a fixture both on the court and in the classroom from the day she set foot on Stanwood's campus. Her tennis accomplishments put her in elite company among all-time Stanwood tennis players. Two-time state participant, knowing that we had 2 years without state competition. I'll just say it right now, I would assume she would have been a 4-year. 3-year first-team All-Westco. 37-2 overall record at #1 singles in our league. 50 overall career victories, counting district and state. But these numbers need to be put into perspective given the loss of a full season last spring and an abbreviated season this year. They're all that more impressive when you look at them that way. I've coached tennis with 2 different programs over the last 14 years, and I can say that I've never actually had an athlete quite like Avery. She dominated the moment she stepped on the court as a freshman and maintained exceptionally high standards for herself and for those standards that were put upon her by coaches and community. But more than her excellence, she's contributed greatly to the growth and the development of our program as the girls that I watch go through our program and move up try to emulate the work ethic and the success that Avery exhibited over these past 4 years. She's the consummate athlete for a coach, does everything the way you want her to do it. These expectations she has for herself are consistent with how she approached school as well. I had the opportunity to have her in class this year, and I got to witness it firsthand. Her academic accomplishments parallel her court success. She finished her high school career, as you may have noticed, as a valedictorian, complete with a transcript that's marked with AP and college prep courses. She has aspirations, which I'm sure she'll reach, of becoming a doctor someday. She's a truly gifted scholar with a bright future, both academically and athletically, as she will continue to pursue tennis at the collegiate level. And I had to think a lot about what type of compliment I could best give Avery, and it would be easy for me to say that when I stand on a court with her, I really am lucky if I beat her. But I think the ultimate compliment to Avery is her humility. And I know it's a word that we've heard before already tonight. But she works exceedingly hard to succeed, but never boasts. And I love an athlete that doesn't boast. Her accomplishments transcended her in that her desire has always been to do her best, not necessarily to be seen by others as the best at what she does. And I think that's the critical piece. She always wanted to do her best. She always will defer the attention to others. She will always be team first in anything that she does. And that characteristic of humility is what makes Avery stand out. It is critical to her success both on the court, in the classroom, and beyond. Look, I'm going to be honest. As a coach, I recognize there are some athletes that are just simply irreplaceable. Avery's one of those people. But it's more than just what she did on the court. It's the type of person she was as a teammate and the effort that she put in everything that she did. And I'm going to miss her, and it's bittersweet to watch her graduate. But I'm so excited for her future, and I'm grateful just for the opportunity to have been able to be her coach for the last 4 years. You shine bright, Avery. That's the line I like to use with you. Keep shining. Congratulations on being the female 2021 Scholar Athlete of the Year here at Stanwood. It's well-deserved, and it's been an honor to be a part of your career. Keep shining. Up next to present the Male Scholar Athlete of the Year award is Zach Ward.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to award this year's Scholar Athlete of the Year to Court Roberson. On the basketball floor, Court is one of the most coachable and competitive kids that I've had in my 21 years coaching basketball at Stanwood High School. In 3 years as a varsity basketball player, Court has racked up numerous awards and acknowledgments for his play. There was no doubt he was the key part, or one of the key parts, every night in our team achieving great success. Individually, Court is a 2-time first-team All-League player. He was selected as an All-Area player as a junior and holds the school record for free throws made in a game. He would have also been a member of the 1,000-point club had COVID not shortened our season, an honor only 6 basketball players have reached in the history of this school. He graduates with over 880 points in 2.5 years. I also had the pleasure of having Court in the classroom. He took both my computer programming class and my accounting class, being nothing less than stellar in both. In the classroom, Court's an example of what we want our student athletes to be. His ability to embrace the notoriety and the attention that might come as an athlete while still getting things done in the classroom is very special. Court graduated with a 3.97 GPA while taking a challenging class load with classes like AP Chemistry, AP Biology, CP English, 3 years of Spanish, and was also a member of the National Honor Society. Court's path and work has landed him acceptance to the University of Wyoming and a spot on their men's basketball team where he's already competing. So Court, I hope you're able to tune in from Laramie tonight and see that you're getting this very special award. Your name will always be in the screen right when you walk into the gym. The numbers don't lie. Court's a perfect example of what all our student athletes should strive to be. They're all their own person or athlete, but his work on and off the court is what's important to look at. Again, I'm happy to announce Stanwood High School's 2021 Scholar Athlete of the Year is Court Roberson. Congratulations, Court. You deserve it.
A little mic adjustment here after Coach Ward there. Okay. Again, I'd like to give a round of applause, not just to our award winners, but to all our athletes this year, all the senior athletes. I want to thank you, and I also want you to thank your parents, as I mentioned earlier. And to wrap things up tonight, we had a rough last year and a half, without a doubt. Last spring, March, it felt like we got a punch in the gut. It just happened, and you lost your air, and we lost the season. And it's like, wow, what happened? And then it continued through the summer and through the fall. And that's when I started relating that punch in the gut to peeling a scab off. Just the fact that we'd get our hopes up that something was going to happen, and it would fall back. And as I said earlier, we didn't get to do anything with our kids athletically. Really, I think the in-person trainings were the first things we got to do with kids at the end of January. Okay? And we still didn't know what the year would entail for us. Then we find out that we get to start something in February. Okay? But through the course of the 3 seasons, the 6 weeks per season, there was just so many ups and downs. And I want to say that I hope this group of seniors really, they've learned some tough life skills. And a couple of the ones that really stick in my mind are perseverance and gratitude. Perseverance. Okay? You had a rough senior year. You all graduated, huh? It was unlike last year's seniors. They had theirs, but you had it a little different. Okay? You had to go and navigate the entire school year online, then hybrid, in person, or stay online. All sorts of different modules that we were looking at. Okay? But you did it. You stuck it out. You made it through. And that second life skill of gratitude, I truly hope that you leave this with an understanding of what that means. Okay? I got to be honest, I did not think at all that we would have one sports season, let alone be able to compete in all 3. The league meetings that we were going through all the way up into the first of the year in January, things did not look good. Okay? But we were able to get it done. And I think that we need to look back and see what sports truly is supposed to be. For the love of the game, just getting out playing with your friends. We didn't have postseasons. We weren't able to have banquets. A lot of those activities were taken away, but you got to play. Some seasons got cut short. Some got delayed. Some got postponed and restarted. But we had the opportunity. And you have to be grateful for getting the opportunity. It might sound hard. You might not agree with what I'm saying. But we need to be grateful for the opportunity to come together with our friends and just play the games that you played as a young kid growing up. Okay? I hope you take that with you. I hope that you really enjoyed the actual participation in the sport. Okay? There are life skills, others that you've learned from this year that you're going to take on and use as you get older. But perseverance and gratitude are two that are going to take you a long ways. I want to thank all you seniors for what you contributed to Stanwood High School. I hope that you leave with some good feelings and memories from here. I hope that you thank your parents, okay, for all the time and energy that they gave towards you. And with that, I would like to thank one very special person in the athletic department, Cheryl Wark, our secretary, who's been here for as long as I have. Okay? And I've always said that she's the boss that runs the department, and I think people really believe that, and I do. She's moving on to a different building. We're going to miss her greatly, and she would not be happy with me if I made this about her. So I am just going to cut it short and say, Cheryl, we love you. We appreciate everything you did. You were truly here for the kids. And that's what we all should be for, here for the kids. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.